And and for sure, we can surely say that, okay, we went through every line, every word, and we have an understanding that we didn't have before. One of the things I understand by reading the Bible, it gave me a perspective, not of religion, but actually, I can actually take my belief and say, okay, I got it from here. With religion, you can't. You can always say what this man said, but when you read it for yourself, you have an idea what the Bible is saying. So therefore, as you begin to go through the Bible, all those different interpretations of the Bible tend to fall by the wayside because now you're having a clear understanding. This is why I love by reading or having a Bible study that actually allow us to study the Bible. So we're in Numbers 33 and 34. Moreover, it shall come to pass that I shall do unto you as I thought to do unto them. God is is threatening something right now if they didn't do something. So God is, again, this is why I did it. But pretty for the book of Numbers, 33 and 34 is more about um, the journey of the children of Israel rather than there's anything. So it's going to tell all the different places they went. Some of these names and things like that, I don't know, but you're going to see, and maybe if I can find the map on this computer again, you'll see where they start. It's literally just going to give you the journey that they start, at least in 33. Okay, and this is the journey of the children of Israel. So henceforth, to start off with telling you, this is where they start. Well, you keep going in and out. Pastor, you keep going in and out. I don't know how to remedy that because it uh, could be this program that's doing it. Can you hear me better now? Yeah, I can hear you right now. Okay. This is the journey of the children of Israel that went forth out of the land of Egypt. In other words, Israel is leaving Egypt. So the Bible is going to take you every step that they move from Egypt until there, with their armies under the hands of Moses and Aaron. Okay, Moses wrote these going out according to their journeys by commandment of the Lord. And these are their journeys according to their going out. In other words, this was just recorded so you can know every place that they went after they left Egypt until they conquered the land. And they departed from Ramsey. What was Ramsey? Was the city of, of, of Egypt in the first month and the 15th day of the first month. On tomorrow after the Passover, the children of Israel went out with a higher hand in the sight of all the Egyptians. So now that 15, this is why you always see that 15th day of the first month, you know, that's the Passover. And after that, they took off in the sight of Egypt here. So you're going to always see that. That's why you always see that 15th day, because that's the reminder of the Passover, Lord. For the Egyptians buried all their firstborn, which the Lord has smited among them. Unto their gods also the Lord executed judgment. Now you see God executing judgment on their false gods. Something happened to him. He struck them down, pushed them down, whatever he did, but he executed judgment upon them, according to what this book said. And the children of Israel moved from Ramsey and pitched their tent in Sukkot, if I'm saying that right. And they departed from Sukkot and pitched their tents in Etam, which is the edge of the wilderness. Now they're moving towards uh, going to what's this place? What they call the Mount Sinai. So you see them moving towards there, and hopefully, like I said, we can pull the map up and you can see the different everything that this book is saying here. And they move from Etam and turn again to what's this? I don't know how to pronounce that one. You guys gonna do those two because I can't get those. Which they pitched in Middle. And they departed from that place that I can't pronounce, and passed through the midst of the sea unto the wilderness, and went unto uh, a day's journey to the wilderness of Etam, and pitched into Marshar. Now, when they passed through the sea, now they enter into that place where they get ready to go to the mount, and they removed from Marshall and and came unto Elam, and in Elam, if I'm saying it right, uh, were 12 fountains of water, 13 palm trees, and they pitched there. And they removed from Elam and encamped in the by the Red Sea. This is where they were by the Red Sea when Pharaoh decided he was going to come and try to take them out. And he departed the Red Sea and they entered. And they removed from the Red Sea and they encamped into the wilderness of Sinai. Sinai is Mount Sinai where God is going to give them their commandment. And they took their journey out of the wilderness of Sinai and encamped in uh, Dopadi, I can't pronounce it, but you know what I'm trying to say. And departed from Dopadi and encamped in Asha, and removed from Asha and encamped in Rampadam, and where there was no water for the people to drink. Remember, they said where they were when they was complaining about not having no water, not having no water, not having no water. And I believe this is the place where um, is either the place where the water was made sweet, bitter water was made sweet, or is the place where Moses hit that rock. It's either one of those two. And they parted from Rephidim and pitched into the wilderness of Sinai. Back in there in the, at the Mount Sinai, where they were going to receive the waters of God. Okay, I said Sinai before, but that was in the place of sin. But Mount Sinai is that place where God spoke to Moses and wanted to speak to the children of Israel. And they removed from the desert of Sinai and pitched their tent in Kebron, good God Almighty, and from Kebazozor and into the camp of Hazar, and they departed from Hazar and pitched their tents in Rephidim, and they departed from Rephidim again. They back at that place and pitched their tents in Romadabazar, Pazada, whatever you say, and they departed from Rombazara and pitched their tents in Lebanon, and they removed from Lebanon and pitched their tents in Rasha. And from Rasha they pitched their tent there again, back in whatever, and pitched there in the Mount Sharpest. They removed from the Mount of Shepelis and entered into Hazar, Hazadar, and removed from Hazadar and pitched into Mac Hapada, into Mount Hapada and camped into um, Tishlah. And to Tishlah they pitched their tent at Tishlah and removed from Tishlah and pitched their tent in Makila, if I'm saying it right. In other words, these are all the different places that they went from 33 to this, where they moved, where they went 34, the same thing. They moved from this place and camped in this place. We're just going to fast forward so we can get on to where we need to go. And then they moved again and they encamped here and they encamped there. Now, why would this be so important in the Bible? Because if you were studying the journey of the tribes of Israel throughout the Bible to the different fights and wars they went, you will realize, but this is where they were there, and this is where they were. 33, and they removed from Kabash and pitched in the Mount Hur and the edge of the wilderness of Edom. What is Edom? Edom is what is uh, Edom is Esau. Okay. And Aaron the priest went up into the mountain of Hur and commanded of the Lord and died there. So now Moses died. When Aaron died, they was at the Mount Hur. That's where Moses died. And he died there. And for what's this? In the 40th year after the children of Israel came out of the land of Egypt, in the first day of the first month. So now 40 years after they left, Aaron passed away. So we know when Aaron died at the Mount of Hur, it was 40 years had passed from the time they left Egypt. Why is that important? Because if we doing our timeline, we got a timeline where Moses, where Aaron passed away at. So we can put that on our timeline. 40 years after the first day in the fifth month. You give it exactly what it was. And Aaron was 100. Listen to what Aaron was 125 years old when he died in Mount Hor. So Aaron was lived to be 125. He got all the time that God gave him. 123. well, he missing 2 years after that. And the uh, King Arad, the Canaanites, and the king Arad of the Canaanites, which dwell in the south of the land of Canaanite, heard of the coming of the children of Israel. And he departed from Mount Hor and pitched in Zamahah, and departed from Zamahah and pitched in um, Pism, and departed from Pism and pitched in Oth, and departed from Oth and pitched in I Jabadim in the borders of Moab. Remember that Canaanite king was going to come and after was get ready to where he came after Israel anyway, but God dealt with him, and they departed from Elam and pitched in Dabahum, whatever, and removed from Dabahum and encamped in Abmonmontu. If you guys can pronounce all these names, you sure better than me, because some of these names are so long my eyes can't even see them. But God be the glory. Again, God is just showing you how they move. Nothing significant about it, and all the little different inputs that happen. Okay, we move here, Aaron died here. This was just the movement of Israel. So, and when they departed from the mount of Abiram and pitched it in the plains of Moab by the Jordan of Jericho, they pitched in by Jericho from Beth Jemmo even until that name again in the plains of Moab. So now Israel sojourned up into the Moab. Now this is where they have problems, I think, with also with Balaam and uh, so I think this is where they have problem with him at. And the Lord spoke unto Moses in the plain of Moab by the Jordan River near Jericho, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them, When ye are passed over Jordan into the land of the Canaanite, ye shall drive out the inheritance of drive out the land from drive out all the inheritance of the land before them. God said He wanted them to drive out of them and destroy all the what all their what pictures and destroy all their what molten image and quickly pluck down all the high places which ye shall this possess the land of the what the inheritance of the land and dwell therein, for I have given you the land to possess it. So God said, I want you to drive out everything that's in there. And you shall drive out the land by um, out of out for an inheritance among their families, and to the more ye shall give, the more. I'm sorry, and the more ye shall give, the more inheritance. And so, in other words, he's saying you drive out the land, so the bigger families get the bigger portion of the inheritance, and the few shall give the less of the inheritance. The few, you just give them that. So this is gonna have to be done based on family size. Every man inheritance shall be in the place which his what lot falleth. According to the tribe of their what fathers, ye shall inherit it. But if ye will not drive out the inheritance of the land from among you, then it shall come to pass that those which ye let remain of them shall prick prick in that shall be a prick in your what eye and a thorn in your what side, and shall wax uh, you in the what vex you. I'm sorry, in the land wherein ye will dwell. Moreover, it shall come to pass that ye shall do, I shall do unto you as I thought to do unto them. And if you look at this statement today, is that true? Yes. Israel did not push out all the heritage of the land, and therefore that's why they have a problem with all the problem with that land in that region. Now, this is why it's unstable. And yes, what God said He did, and eventually Israel was driven out the land and spread it across abroad throughout the whole world, and only remnant that remained there in that land. Numbers 34, 29 verses in here, 34. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel and say unto them, When ye come into the land of Canaan, again, right? So now all that other journey was leading them up to the point where they getting ready to go in the land of Canaan, Father, from Egypt all the way down to the last place where they were. Now they're at the point to go into the Canaanite, and God now is getting ready to lead them in. This is the land that shall fall unto you for a what inheritance. Every land of the Canaanite that with the coast thereof, and for the south quarter shall be from the wilderness of Zin, along by the coast of what Eden, and your south border shall be the outmost coast of the Red Sea. Now, God is clarifying the land that He's going to give Israel. Okay, then your south quarters. Now, from Zin all the way to what Edom. Now he did not let them possess Eden, and the south borders, the uttermost coast to the Red Sea. So now he's defining the borders that he gave, and all your borders shall turn from the west south, okay, to the ascent of uh, um, the oh my God, Akrambun, and pass on to what Zen, and going forth thereof shall be from the west south of the Kordosos, Kor Kadishbanar, if I'm saying it right, and shall go on to the um, Had and pass on to Zadam, and from the borders fetch a compass of Zadam unto the rivers of what Egypt, and the going out of it shall be at the what sea. Now he's giving them all the everywhere they would. Now here's where we need to go. I need to go on find a map so you can see as God told them what their border is going to be. You'll see clearly what God gave Israel all the way back up to it. Okay. Excuse me. 6. And on the western borders ye shall even have a great sea for a border. This shall be your west border. So now he's surrounded by water, surrounded by land. They really had a pretty good deal. And this shall be your northern border from the great sea. Your sea ye shall point out for you. It shall point out for you Mount Hor. From Mount Hor ye shall point out your borders from the entrance of Hamite, Hamath, and go and the going forth of the borders to Zedai, and from the borders out from Zedai, and the going out it shall be by, oh my God, I cannot pronounce these names. Hazarna, Hazina, if I'm saying it right, I doubt it. There shall be the northern borders, and ye shall point out your eastern borders from that place to Shephan, and from the coast shall go from Shephan to Raphalah, or unto the east side of Am, and to the borders shall descend, shall reach unto the south of the sea. And so I'm hoping to show you it's on the border because I know I'm butchering some of these names, but you'll begin to see the names that we are showing this map on this map. If I can pull the map, and you'll see um, where the borders are. You'll see the tribes and things like that. If I can find it on this computer here. And the borders shall go down to Jordan. So they go down the Jordan River. So we know that Israel covered the Jordan River, and go out of it shall be as the Salt Sea. So there shall be your land, which the coast thereof around about. And Moses commanded the children of Israel, saying, This is the land which ye shall inherit by what lot, which the Lord hath commanded, and give unto up unto the nine tribes. Okay, why is he giving it to 9 tribes? Because remember, Dan and I believe Reuben or whatever choose it their inheritance on the other side of Jordan because they had much cattle, and to the half tribe, and so the rest of it, the peoples that went over Jordan, because you remember that was, I believe Manasseh was with also with Dan, Gad or Dan or whoever it was, and they got their inheritance over there. And so this is the rest of the main part of Israel that's going to go into heaven. And the children of Israel of Reuben, according to their what house of their father, and the tribe of the father, according to the house of their father, okay, which received their inheritance, and the half tribe Manasseh. See, they received their inheritance already before Israel was going into the fight. Having received their what inheritance. The two tribes and the half tribes. That's Reuben. That's Reuben, and that's Gad and Manasseh. Okay, they received their inheritance on the other side of Jordan. So here you go. The two tribes and the half tribe have received their inheritance on this side of the Jordan. So they're on that side, near Jericho, eastward towards the sunrise. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, These are the names of the men's. These are the names which shall divide unto their inheritance. Eleazar the priest, Joshua the son of Nun. And ye shall take one prince of every tribe, and divide their land by inheritance. And the name of the name of the men's are these. Okay, Judah, Caleb the son of uh, uh, whatever his name is. So we understand that Judah is Caleb is from the tribe of Judah. Pastor Luce, I believe he was asking about that. And from the tribe of Simeon, Simeon the son of whoever, Benjamin, and he's gonna go and he's gonna give you all the names, and I'm not gonna go through this here. But every name, every tribe, he's going to give them. These are the new leaders of the land. Dan was it Becca, the son of whoever, Joseph, the tribe of the children of Manasseh. So Manasseh represents Joseph, and his son was uh, Hannah. And so he goes on to the tribe of Israel to everybody possess their land. Okay, to the tribe of Israel. And these are whom the Lord hath commanded to divide the inheritance of the children of Israel into the land of Canaan. And so, like I said, you can always go back and see it. So what God did, and for a reference point of 30, he literally went and he marked every place that they traveled. We started here, we went here, we went there, we went there, we went there, we went there, we went here, we went here. We came back here, back at the Mount of Sinai. We moved here all the way up to the land of Canaan so they can possess it. So before he takes them in to possess the land, he takes it in 34. Here's your possession, here's your possession, here's the man who's going to be over this now. Here's where we're going to start, and here's how we're going to do this here. He gave 3.5 on the other side of Jordan. As long as they decide to fight and continue to fight for Israel, and the rest of it possessed the land. The 9.5 tribe possessed what is now considered as Israel, in a sense where that's the main heart of it. And that is it for 34 and 39. My pronouncing of the words was horrible because I just don't get the names like that. And some of those names are so long, it can be a sentence. So sue me. I just never that ever was that good of a name, and nor do I care to be. But you can go back and see who was the name of the tribe. The reason I don't worry about that from a biblical standpoint, because none of these people is going to do anything significant enough that I'm gonna have to remember anything. They're gonna have kids, and eventually their kids gonna start getting in trouble. It's gonna be some good kings and some bad kings, but I can always go back and reference that from a point of origin. Now, I do hope at some point to get good enough with this Bible that I can spit out every name, but that's going to require me to go back and spend hell of a time doing it, and I just don't have that point of time in my spiritual career to be that polite or polished right now. As long as I understand what's going on in the Word, and being able to give it to you, then you can have an idea of what we get ready to do and what we're going for. Well, if you like what you hear tonight, then you can go to lebanonchurchforkicking.org. Please go to our live broadcast tab. A drop down menu will appear from the live broadcast tab. What you're looking for is the Bible study selection. Select the Bible study selection. Join our Bible study community. It asks for email and the password so you can get in and out the social site just like everything else. Also give you access or a link to go live and tons of video like this where you can study the Bible, hear the Bible, and at least have an understanding of what the Bible is for. May God bless you and forever keep you in your care. That is Bible study for night as we get ready to go to live discussion.